All right, and we're live. Took me a little bit to jump on in here. Where is it? Restore the chat. Please do. Let's get the chat up. Wow, right? If you're like me, just wow, what we've just witnessed. And it's been a few minutes since I've even looked at the Bitcoin chart, and I don't even know. So shout out to everyone here on the live. If you're with me, then you're with me. Just going to go over a few things, get into what's going down. Cannot believe. Let me turn that mic up for you guys a little bit. There you go. Cannot believe what has been going on in the crypto sphere, so to speak. What up, Hadouken? So, buy the dip, right? I don't know, man. I feel this is my thing. This is what I want to talk about. Now, can you believe that band went all the way up to 680 just now? 677. That was the crash. Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. This is what I'm trying to figure out for you guys. So Bitcoin dominance still pumping, right? So not a great sign. We want to see this start to come down. That was a good fall down, but then we got to sell off of everything. So obviously when the market cap gets up that high too, let's just take a look at the total 2 market cap. See where that's at right now. Still holding that 160 region. It would get all the way up to 167. Let's go look at my... Remember, I've been showing you these charts over and over again. So look, we were about to break out of a rising wedge, which is parabolic. You break back into the rising wedge, no good, because that means we could fall down out of a rising wedge back to 68%. And you really want to see yourself break out of this. So kind of bad news for the alts. Do we come back down into the parabola, hit this circle, and kind of continue accumulation and come back down to 154 to reality? Do the alts bleed? And it's very, very possible. So, and I'm happy you guys saw this because this is what you're going to see. This is what happens in a bull run. I couldn't believe it wasn't happening at 16, 17. I was in shock, complete shock. I kept looking at it like, why isn't this going down? It just didn't make any sense to me at all, right? So, sorry about that. So now if you look at the 4 hour, we're about to roll over, right? It's looking very, very unhealthy. So I feel like more pain could be coming for Bitcoin at this point. 18.5 was a perfect sell, but even now it's telling you is a great sell. The daily is a good sell, right? I want to see this curl though. If this doesn't curl, it's kind of weird. Like it's still bullish. So I want to see this start to curl. Gonna have to keep watching that. That's the only thing that kind of is very interesting to me. Again, now we're wicking, forming that ye old same thing it just keeps doing with the head and shoulders pattern, right? Which usually wicks up, then she comes up. Do we break back up? Are we at 18 tomorrow morning? It's pretty possible that this is not even, this was just like one of these little dips here. It just, the price is so big at this point, it looks more volatile than we realize. You have to remember, we did wick all the way down to 7206, right? 7200. Mentally, I basically like had a leverage buy in my head. I didn't pull it off, but I kind of was like, you would buy right there, you would sell right there. Like with 10x leverage, you can make like literally like 30% in literally 10 seconds. It was insane. I'm surprised it didn't fall lower. Yes, exactly. I thought we were. Well, maybe that's the thing. Are we done? That's what I'm saying now. Is this it? Or are we going down bad? You know, that's what I'm thinking. Like, is this just a stopover? Is this like a fake out? You know, this could be a bull flag. Just like, I'm going to freak you guys out. We're going to invert this. And you guys are going to go, oh no. At Alt I. You invert this, and you got yourself a head and shoulder pattern about to tank, right? Or about to break out. It does look like a head and shoulder about to tank. It's funny, which says it will go down, which means it will go back up, right? Interesting. I'm wondering, I'm still thinking of selling my Bitcoin for USD, like a whole Bitcoin, you know? I should have sold it at 18. You know, when I was sitting there and someone in my group said crypto face is selling, and like I went to open up my computer and like I didn't open up my laptop fast enough. In all seriousness, I should have had my hand on the pulse. Did you sell band and profit? Because what happened to me is I didn't. I'll have to be dead honest with you. I was one of the first times I didn't, because it was up $100 and I was like, oh, this looks like it's going to keep going. You know? Damn, man. I'm an idiot. It like fell through my stop loss, then somehow came back over it, and then I ended up getting out for $22. So at least I didn't lose anything, but you know, it was ugly. And then Adam went down on me pretty bad. I'll be honest. So Adam is now down underwater like $50 on each position. I might just cut it off at this point because that's not too bad, you know. And then I saw the SRI on 75 get out. Price was sky high from the MA. Oh yeah, yeah. That's another thing too. Yeah, price was really far away from the moving average. You know, that's a good point, right? It's a good point. So look, it is breaking out of the head and shoulders. See, like it's just crazy. Now will it get rejected here at 773? That's the question. And now when you think about it, it's so close to 8K again. You know, but that 4 hour, I mean, it really wants to roll over. That 4 hour has the curve that I want to see on the daily, like starting to roll really downward. 4 hour really hasn't been there except for here. And the last time it did that, it took a nice dip from 15.4 all the way down with a wick to 14,000. So about, you know, $1,400 drop, or 14.2, 14,366 actually, whatever. But it's still like $1,000 drop, $1,300 drop if we count one of the wicks here. Yeah, about 15.9, 13.3. So no, 2,000. No, 14.3. Yeah, okay. So about $1,600 drop, right? So almost 10%, you could say, because 15, it was almost at 16. Yeah, about 10% even. We'll say like 9.89 or something. And now, what do we have here? All this nonsense. It's not an engulfing candle yet. It's not closed yet though. So if this gets bigger than that, it becomes what's called a red engulfing candle. It's still pretty bearish to me, the size of it on the 4 hour. It opened at 1800. High was 18,746. Selling the high was pretty easy too. You could see when the high was. You could almost feel it. Like everything was just too calm. You know? I just thought maybe we'd keep going. You know? Should have swung a stop loss to 18K. But at the same time, had I sold my Bitcoin, which I've done before, now I'd be sitting there waiting to get back in. You know? And I guess I would just wait for the RSI and the daily to reset. Just calmly. Just be like, okay, it's going to reset. Because it has to reset at one point. Right? It can't. Like the longest I've ever seen it up here was something like this. But even here it dips. This has literally been above that 70 line for a few days, you know, a long time. I can actually tell you exactly how long. This meeting will measure the days. 29 days. So for 29 days, we've been pinned up here on the RSI. Absolute insanity, right? It's never done it in its history. Even in the bull market, in the bull run of 2017, it would come up above it, but come back down. Then it stayed above it here. And yeah, we can let's measure those days, because that's kind of an interesting thing. No one's done on YouTube, really. 71 days was like the real hot time, right? Because every time so for 71 days, it was real hot. And then we had this other bull run, remember, last time. I won't include that first thing, but we'll do that area. just from when we got real hot. And we were heating up to get there anyway, but 87 days. Not funny? So you wait and wait for Bitcoin. And then, I mean, this has just been a rally and a half, though. This has been a rally and a half. It is sad there will be a pullback, right? $35 days. So, and everyone says, but this is different now, the money printing. And I do say that, and I bring that into account, and it does confuse me a little bit, because I'm like, well, it has to do this and it has to do that, but maybe it can defy the graph. I don't know. You know, I feel like the TA has to kick in at one point. It can't defy TA forever. For instance, even here on the here's another good point. Voodoo magic, but we know like that this 21-day moving average, if it continued, and the price from where it is would have to kind of meet it at one point, which it always does. And I feel like it has to meet it, like here or here, somewhere in this range, 16.7, 16.6, something like that. Sad to say, it looks like we're coming down. You know, how far down? Possibly even to the 0.5 fib, which is 13.8. 13, yeah, well, let's see exactly. 13.744 is what I get on this line. So, on the 0.5 Fibonacci level that I pulled there. Let me see, though. Is that... Let's just delete all this nonsense. It's so messy. We have a doji, too. Indecision doji. See, buying, selling there. Kind of a crazy candle at the present moment. Shows there was a lot of action. Still a lot of buy pressure too. Pretty big wick on the low end. So last time we had a wick like that, we were up, you know. Wicks like that usually are showing you there's buy pressure. Right there was a big wick, huge candle followed. These all wicks up and we're on our way up. Here's like a wick here. We come, you know, here's a wick there, we go down. But that's, you can go into the 1 minute more for stuff like that. But anyway, shout out to everyone here. Hadouken, not trying to make it back risky. Retail buy pressure, definitely. I'm surprised it didn't fall lower. I'm waiting with my tether. Word muser. I was only in band there. Sold at the basic top. It started falling and I sold quickly. I saw the RSI on 75. Got out. Price was sky high from MA. I'll admit, long got me for $30. Hadouken, my long is still got me down 75. Trying to get out. Not trying to make it back. Risky. Retail buy pressure. Yeah, just like raise. What I do is I raise every stop into profit. Like everything I'm in, once I'm up $100, once I'm up 5 to 6%, I'm raising all my stops into profit. Even just 1 or 2%, but I raise them into profit. So I just don't want to take a loss. You know, if I don't have to, I don't want to take a loss. Like today, I had to take a loss because it fell through my stop for whatever horrible reason. I had one of those slip stops. You know, I had it in place, did it exactly what I wanted, had $20 at risk, and had to take like a $150 loss, which sucks. One of the first times it's happened to me that big in a while. Shrugged it off, not a big deal, had a great day, so I'm not worried about it, but, you know, and surprised that I didn't end up getting banned how I wanted it. Still in basic attention token, which is basically a break even right now at 5%. Still a strong position. Trying to get a look at it right now for you guys. Not ready to close it yet. It is back in the pattern. Let me get a good look at it. I see how ugly this thing. Ooh, wow. So it spiked all the way down, came back. Now it's in the pattern again. A little oversold as well. Look for it to recover, I believe, a little bit. See, it broke out too. Everything was on its way. About to be ascended. Bitcoin just had to stay still for a little bit. But the big boys had to sell it off and take their profits. So that's what happens. It is what it is. But a great day all in all. You know, at the end, there's a little lost at the top. Could have made it even better of a day. But all in all, I'll take it, you know. I'll take it. And it was fun. It was one of the funnest days I've had trading in a while, you know. Multiple positions up, you know, just taking profits around town, doing the thing. And it felt great. Yeah. So, can't complain. CVC got me, man. I'll give it to it. Little bastard. Little coin. But besides that, everything was good. Now that whole thing, conundrum of whether to sell the Bitcoin or not. I always kind of like don't act as professional as I should. I should just sell that coin, right? But look, now we're at 7.8 already, which is interesting to me. Doing the head and shoulder. Doing the Miley Coco. Doing the Miley Coco. Doing the Miley Coco. That's that crypto face track. If you heard that thing. Anyway, he's like, I got plenty of volume in my shorts. I don't know. Have you guys heard the crypto face track? It's stupid. It's horrible. But it's funny, though. Yeah, CVC is gross. I agree, man. It's in a bad way right now. It's in a horrible way. It needs to be cut loose. Bitcoin doing good. Already coming back. Above one of the moving averages. It's kind of the first thing. Now both of them starting to make its move. It's kind of how it begins its trudge back to victory. Like somewhere around here, like it's down, but it makes it up and starts kind of playing games, and you never know. Could have been some profit taken, and there might be just some more buy pressure. I'm telling you, man, Arya told 2.1 million millennials to buy Bitcoin, right? So I hope they didn't just buy the top at 18, you know, and get smacked. Maybe they didn't even notice, and they're buying it now, you know. Look at Len. How hard did it get hit? Down to 70. See, not too bad, because Len was like pumping from 60, 68, 69. Holding 70 means Len wants more to me too. I'm not too advantageous on two bearish moments here. I just think if we can get Bitcoin to calm down, go sideways, I'm actually bullish on altcoins for the weekend and the coming days. I think we could be in a good way, honestly. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. It's obviously in a diamond pattern at this point, right? It came in from the bottom, so it should leave from the bottom. That's how these sneaky patterns work. We also don't know if exactly it's, you know, this is if it could be elongated of a pattern. We could see it go sideways a little more, but for now, that's what we got. And we'd like to see it, you know, squiggle its way right on out of the diamond and on its way out. Too oversold on that 1 minute. Bring it down. Let's see where we're at on the 1 hour. Bit of a cup here going on. Kind of a strange pattern on the 1 hour. 4 hour, what do we see? So we got the breakout above previous resistance that began on November 5th. Touched there. We broke out, did the retest, came up, broke previous high, that local high right here. So far, no good. But we are getting into that overbought region. Higher, though. But hopefully we can come up and reset and at least come down. Will it retest to break into the pattern? It does have that support there. We'll see. It does have a little bit of support here as well. And it has support right here. So It's gonna have to break these two places where it might be hard for when we want it to go down, but it might kind of linger or not go down as well. So we have some problems ahead at 1610, but the MACD is on its way, hopefully rolling over, unless it's gonna roll with Bitcoin, which is possible too. So all eyes again still on Bitcoin as it shrugged off some numbers quickly, but seems to be kind of wanting to do some funny things again. We'll see if there's a leverage position for Bitcoin coming up. Let's check that 1 minute. Doing its thing. That was, I mean, that's the thing too. You want to play leverage. This is how you do it, okay? You look for your patterns, head and shoulder. You draw this line. And then right here, you simply, when you see the candle bust above this, open that leverage trade. And just be ready to close it if it wicks down here. You know? And starts to move side back the way you don't want it. And if it keeps going up, you know, then you do your thing with the stop loss. Get into position for break even. You know, or raise your liquidation. Maybe add to a little bit of your leverage as you gain more away from the stop, and you know, let it ride. So you'd now be up a little bit on the leverage trade. This I would probably do with Bitcoin, and like $150 is usually what I'm talking about. That's what I would wager, like $150. I'd use like 16x leverage with Bitcoin, and there you go. Yeah, you'd make about, you know, maybe use 20x leverage, make about, right now you'd be up 20%, you know, and 0.4, so that's almost half, so like 28%, something like that. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. And if you use the $150, something like what, $54 or something? $37. Not too bad. Add to the stash. What I like is you just to chip away anything that's cool, just to add to the stash when you're doing futures trading. To me, that's more of the game. It's like far more exciting to make $37 than it is in the spot trading market. It's like two different beasts completely. There, I'm just trying to add. So then you would have, you know what, your 150, and you turn that into like 187, and you go from there. And you put in the win column, and you wait for another one. And right now, you could still be in it. Be no reason to close the trade yet, right? As you're moving through some moving averages here, you want to see the red, you know, the 50 moving average curve up. You see what's going on here. Clean. Damn, man. CVC is dead to me. Never hate that coin. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Just keeps climbing. 17,821. Could be sucking people in. There's a chance that here, we could draw a line here because previous resistance. So are we just getting a, you know, a retest? Nice short. Start opening a short. Possible, you know? Pretty, this is a place you want to see a break resistance. Wow. I mean, I'm telling you, there was a pump, so see what the pundits are saying, man. Bitcoin to print sell signal in December 2020. Bitcoin rallied to another year high 3 days in a row, this time passing 18K in a rally that has pushed its price by 160% already in 2020. The benchmark cryptocurrency hit 18,488 during the Asian trading session on Wednesday, a level it had touched in January 2018 when the price was correcting lower after topping out nearly 20,000 a month before. Many traders agreed that the current bull run might retest a record high all over again as demand for Bitcoin grows against its limited supply. Bitcoin investor Michael Novogratz even extended his upside target to 65,000, citing the network effect. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it too, but it just means that like once something's inside online, like information expands every day, and because it's inside internet that expands with information, and it's Bitcoin, and it's in that it's just the price just has to expand due to how many people are going to know about it through the network effect online, how much information is being created. Like we create more gigabytes every day than we did the day before and the day before, and it just becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But at the same time, other key observers spotted bearish cracks. One of them is Greg Weissman, co-founder / CEO of Mercury.io, a crypto wallet service. In a statement given to the Bitcoinist, the executive noted that Bitcoin might see a trend reversal by December. It is worth mentioning that Tom the Mark sequential indicator could present a sell signal in December on the monthly chart, he said, adding that the cryptocurrency could go parabolic before the rally exhausts. In retrospect, when was this written to? Was this, like when did he say that in juxtaposition to today? Like, did he say that today? I don't know, The TD9 sequential indicator enables traders to find the inflection point in an uptrend, downtrend via successive numbers. It denotes candles within symbols 1 through 9 in the process of assets' continuous rise and fall. When the candle wears the number 9, the trend reverses. TD sequential indicator success rate is 68% based on individual stocks and 75% on indexes. For this reason, it's imperative to be aware that the time to realize profits is coming soon, as the TD foresees 1 to 4 monthly candlesticks correction before the uptrend resumed, explained Wiseman. Pullback warnings coming from other analysts. Independence crypto chart Michael Van de Poppe reminded that Bitcoin undergoes 30% average downside correction after each of its explosive bullish moves. He noticed after the current Bitcoin trend tops out at its current levels, the pair could fall as low as 12,500 to 13,000. It's kind of what I think too, honestly, in my opinion. Well, we lost her. Oh yeah, I was reading the article, so yeah. So you see how it got rejected at this line? To me, that tells me it's pretty. That's some bearish symbol, right? People begin to short on things of that nature. What's going on, Adam? Can it come back? Everything took a big jump up, but it ruined the beautiful patterns they were in. So whack. Big correction on everything. DOT did it come back to the 50s, 65. Not too bad. It came low here. Bargain sales on the lobby. ETH 474, so it was getting up there. Wow, it hit high 495. So that was a rally and a half. It just went on. What is this, a Tuesday night? Insane. Crypto's nuts because it's like the whole world's just like doing nothing out there and chilling, and like you'll be in your house and it'll be like the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life. Inverted Bitcoin looks ready to go. Interesting, right? Worried about that rejection there. See this rejection? Because that's, you knew it had to break, so it hit it, and rejection. Unless it's just doing one more shoulder and it wants to be funky, break its way out, kind of start bending its way out. So this is a big line for me. It's got to break it, and if it breaks it, then it's got to hold it. And even if it's the 1 minute, to me it doesn't matter because it's still a line of support and resistance. And it's clear. 1, 2, like it's strong. That's why these candles stopped right there, because they coincide with where these candles hit, which is insane. And that's how it works, because it's probably an old fib from way back that's just coming down the line that an algo is using. And just how it works. Fibs are support and resistance. Resistance are fibs. So they become, you know what I'm saying? They become the chicken and the egg type of thing. Like one of them always happens before the other. And because of that, they're kind of the same in one, which is pretty interesting when you think about it. So at 17,756, Bitcoin lingers, went down on the low. So do you think some people sold? Like they bought at like 18 and then they just sold at 17? Do you think some people just did that? They probably did. They bought at like 18.4. They were like, wow, this is going to go to 20K tonight. You know? Like 18K, that was insane. Like, come on, man. That's insane. I can't even believe I'm saying it. You know, this is why, but these like, see, out of the corner of my eyes, I say that I see this tiny little histogram, right? And a small histogram usually means that like it kind of wants to curl out. So, see, these little indications, they're tiny, but they always like, they mean something. They build up over time. Unrelated, when you're done with crypto, you mind checking Isaiah stock, please? Yeah, what is it called? Isaiah Worldwide Inc. on the NASDAQ. See like that little bull flag thing going? No, it's in a... What is it, a bull pennant? So it's in a falling wedge. It's already broken through on the 1 hour, right? Shows you that it probably wants to come back down to the pattern for that like double bottom action and probably come up. See slight bullish divergence there because there's a swing down to down and this is like up, so that's slight. If we go further back, we see some bullish divergence right here. Yeah, not really up. That's an up and that's an up. Let's see. It's like hidden. It's like secret hidden bullish divergence. Like it's not perfect, but it's like slight, the slightest of the slight. It's also because those candles are a little insane. Okay, so this thing is down, down, and down in the dumpies. Oof, even further if I go out here. Let me see the daily on this. Oof. Ooh. This is some travel company. Technology services. What happened to this thing? It had like a 2-to-1 split. Jeez Louise. Wow. They're really saying this thing was worth like 20. Wow. I've never seen anything like this. Look at that. How far I have to change just to like. I mean, that is the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. If that isn't the bottom of a bottom I've ever seen in my life. It's so bottomed out. That's insane. Wow. And how much is it right now? It's 72 cents, 73 cents. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to break out even on this bigger time frame, right? It's starting to coil up. It's getting tight in here, right? The Bollinger Bands are really tight, like really tight. So that's telling me something now. They're getting very squeezy. So this looks like it could pop tomorrow. Interesting. The MACD is not in the favor yet, right? You see that? But it's got some resistance here, 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 and then at that top. What could you get out of that? %166% gains. Interesting. And there's like some secret bullish versions right there because they're like together. So that's, yeah. This looks like entry tomorrow morning if it's not gapped up already. Would have been nice to catch it in the afternoon. If you did, congratulations. It looks like it may be, so far, it could be an amazing play. You could get just a very little. What I'm hoping for is usually when you're coiled, the idea is that you'll get a tiny MACD because you're so coiled, and then you'll run up. So we'll maybe get a retest and run up. And that'll be ideal. Let's see. Yeah, and that's the daily for you. See the 4 hour. 4 hour wants to roll. 4 hours is about to come. It's in the pink. Not too bad. This looks nice, man. Nice call, man. Yeah. There you go, brother. Right when you ask, my friend. And right there, you know. Just like you said. And good old band bouncing back. Just like, yeah, I'm just going to act like it never happened. Do my thing. Is Adam bouncing back? You would hope so. 508. But it's in a shadier pattern than band, in my opinion. No, it's got to fight through like a bearish idea. I couldn't believe that. What's up, Mofro? What's up, everybody? James Newen. They needed to add a 1000x. That's funny. Inverted Bitcoin looks really, yeah. Unrelated when you're done, yeah. Pearl will pop when you least expect. Isn't Pearl dead? I thought, oh, it's still alive. I thought it was like a scam or something. But it's still good. Okay, that's cool. Did YFI die take a hit? I'm scared to look. Wow. Right now it's up. Honestly, you can't really go by coin market cap, I guess. You just got to go by your wallet and check your wallet. And if your wallet looks fat, then I guess it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, man. I think YFI dies. We'll check. You know what we'll do? We'll just check out the Uniswap. I'll see the Uniswap price for it, right? Yeah, the VPNs are funny, man. I'm having some issues. Lately, my VPN's been tough. Even have the shield down there. Oh, look, I put the shield up and it let me in. It's interesting. Now you got to research Uni. There's a lot of people staking it, and then soon they won't be able to stake. Like the staking pools end, and when that happens, all the Uni gets released, and they all have a lot of Uni that they've been staking, and they get more, and then they stake it. And the idea is, you'll think that they're going to sell a lot of the Uni, right? And I don't know. I don't know if I'm creating FUD, but isn't that going to create a sell-off of Uni at one point? I don't know. To me, it would seem so. but who knows? So you select the token. If you don't know the token, you go to CoinGecko. Show you guys if you haven't seen my other video, which I'm gonna actually put up like as soon as I can. My wife said the video I made today was lame and I need to do better. So alright, so I'm gonna show you I don't think I have anything left actually, but we'll see. Maybe I do in this wallet. So YFI holding its own, took a dip with Bitcoin there to 18.8. It was all the way up to 2061 at one point. Looked double topped. Isn't that funny? You can see things as they are. Double top, boom, came down on the daily. See, the 30-day is looking nice. Whatever that means. This is 30-day, maybe the 30-day. See, it did a head and shoulder, came up. It's kind of in a flag, broke above this resistance, and I think this thing is gonna go to the moon at this point. You know, it's done its thing. I don't know. You tell me. It looks pretty healthy. It looks pretty healthy in where it is. Yeah, look. So it came up, came down, accumulation. There's your Wyckoff accumulation phase. Came up, right? People got their profits that were up here. Figured, hey, this is one of these crazy things. And maybe they farmed down here too. So they said, okay, I'm out. They sold. That's the selling. And then accumulation. And then people just thought this was hot and bought it back up. DeFi got hot. And it had DeFi attached. So I think that's creating a bit of a frenzy. Anyway, you go here and you hit click to copy. You can also go to Etherscan and look this stuff up to get the address. And then you go back to Uniswap. Where were we here? Right here. And you paste in that address. Bang. And then you connect your wallet. It's funny, every time I tried this, it didn't work. So it's weird. But I have my MetaMask open. They don't seem to connect for whatever reason. See, easy to use in-house browser extension. Maybe I just gotta open it up and like let it sit there for a second. So I have $2 in there. Yeah, so that's bogus. Anyway, I connect this wallet then, which I haven't connected in a while. Wow, they stay connected for a long time. And then you just put in what you want to buy. You hit max ETH, 0.4. There it goes. What happens is you hit swap, and see what's happening is if you hit max ETH, then you don't have enough ETH, right? To also, this sucks on the connection I have. You have to use MetaMask because if you don't, you can't adjust the gas price. So the Coinbase wallet really sucks because you're unable to adjust the gas price. And I found that out the hard way. And I would only use MetaMask now on Uniswap. And it's very easy. It seems like a bunch of hoobie-jeebie. Probably need to increase gas fees. Yeah, my transaction keeps failing when I try to swap. One thing that you could be doing is you could be hitting max up here. Remember, you can't hit max. You got to hit like 0.41. You got to leave some in the table for the gas, like 0.42. And leave the 0.04 for whatever, whatever you need. And then see, this is 4 ETH now. When I bought it, it was 3.2 ETH. So this is just kind of, we'll see what happens with it. You can hit this and swap back and forth. 0.24 DAI per ETH. Interesting. I did that, but it's still rejected. So weird. And you went up to the MetaMask and changed the, let's see if I don't think I can do it. Maybe I can here. I got $2. Max. ETH. Interesting. There's the DAI. Okay, max ETH. Interesting. Well, my wallet's connected, but I guess you just I don't have $2. Just like nah, it's not even enough to recognize it. Usually connects real easily, like in the video I showed you. Anyway, of course, right now I can't do anything. I don't have enough ETH. 0.047 ETH. One day that could be a lot of money. Watch if ETH is. Let's see what that. How funny this is. But we'll see what. Someone said, "Hey man, you want like 0.023 ETH?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, dude." Yeah, ETH goes to 10,000 one day. 0.0023. $23. That's it. That sucks. Doesn't make sense. 10,000 times 23 cents. Be like 2,000. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The flash crash was crazy. How did you get that? I am in MetaMask tab. Maybe I missed a download or something. I don't have that little mask drop down though. Oh yeah, see if you don't have that mask drop down, then you can't do it. Then something's wrong. Because this is what you need right here. What you're when you hit it here, you're having a thing. You're gonna say go, and then it's gonna come up here, and then you're gonna have a little button adjust, or like gas fees, and you hit it, and then like just a window just like this comes down here in threes, and it says you know, slowest, or like, you know, and puts a price, and then it says like average, regular, and then it says fast, and like today it was like $3, $4, and $5. You know, so I was like, oh, I'm paying $5 for the fast one. Like, I'm not going to play games. And it happened in like 10 seconds. I did like cross my fingers at one point. Yeah, if you change the gas fee up here and then you hit swap, it should have went through. I don't know what happened. Yeah. Weird. You were not destined to buy. They don't. It's like, no DAI for you. It's like, what? Why? Give me my DAI. Yeah, so it looks like Adam's going to come back. ETH is doing pretty good. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next few hours. I would be very close on the positions and be ready to close them, though. Things are kind of on a wares at this point, right? It's a rocky road. Watch that 4 a.m. today, because you never know. 17,785. So we just pumped. Well, what's happened on the 1 minute? So look, we really don't want. We couldn't break. We broke resistance a little bit. Came back. Had an issue. Had an issue yet again. So we're having a problem getting above this line. Getting a little bearish right here. We're starting to coil up a little bit though. But at this point, you know, we're just kind of in like a bit of a strange bull flag here, right? Bit of a double, triple bottom though. Still got to go down. Looks like we can go down more. To me, it looks pretty bearish. Yeah, I could even open it up. What I like to do is you can open it up. What I mean, like, and just look at it in a bigger scale, even on the 1 minute. End up looking at it and like, it looks like it just wants to come down here, right to 16.8, something like that. I feel like it'd be a pretty good sell right now, honestly. Have no shame in selling. You'd be doing great. You missed the top, but you got pretty close. 17,750 instead of 18,450. When it comes down to it, $600. You still be selling the top. Maybe have to wait a few days to get back in, you know. So I don't know. Just something to think about. You gotta do whatever makes you happy, right? Whatever makes you feel complete. I just feel like it's weird if I know as a trader that the price is going to go down and we're this high. I will say one thing though. I did say until I see this curve over, I'm bullish. So there's a chance you wake up tomorrow morning and we're 18.2 and just dwindling around, and then the alts do their thing. We don't have our crash completely yet. You know, we hang out for a little bit. Either way, like, I feel like you're going to make a good sell no matter what, even if you get sucked into like a couple more hills. But this is ridiculous. So I don't know how much longer it's sustainable, but so far so good. You know, we can so far so good. So Cody in that spot right now, coming right there. It's kind of it, in my opinion. The daily wants to kind of roll though, not looking the healthiest, but it could be coiling. 4 hours just beginning its downtrend, so we never know. That doesn't look good to me. Have to wait and see. Dash struggling with 79, got to a high of 83. How's little Litecoin doing? How's Len doing? 74, strong in my opinion. One of the strongest coins. Really, you know. I was at 80 though. Can you believe that, man? Lend all the way up to 80, doing its thing, slowly breaking out of these ascending triangles. You know, they just keep ascending. You know, it's basically a channel pattern, right? Like it's but it is a rising wedge as well. So these guys are setting up for some bearishness, because if they don't break out of them, they're gonna have to break down, right? They break down 68% of the time, so they're bearish patterns. Or we could just, you know, we're sticking with the idea we're breaking out, and I like it. And we're on an amazing uptrend. Like Lend is doing amazing at 74. So and there's band breaking up, should come all the way back to the top of the pattern at 663. See what happens with band. Still pretty bullish on band right now, breaking out of that under, you know, head and shoulder pattern. So I'm bullish on band at the moment. Obviously everyone had these crazy wicks. It's funny, all the alts did the same thing, as if they were all programmed by the same group of people. Am I wrong? Doesn't that seem what it seems like? Seems really strange, guys, in my opinion, right? But that's just one man's opinion, so be it. Trying to find the chat there. I think BTC going to go down further early morning. Uni bullish divergence in the 4 hour. Damn, the flash crash was crazy. That happened. We got all that. Yeah. Very strange. Everything very similar. Oh, yeah. Exactly the same. I mean, ooh, this one's different. Isn't that funny? This one's different. But this one was. So you can see like which ones were on the algorithm. Like this AST wasn't on the algorithm, but Atom was, AVAX was, right? Let's see. Looks like ARPA wasn't really there. A little bit. BAL was in it. Band was in it. BAT had the exact pattern. This one was a little different. Is that B Dust? Or Bitcoin? What is it? Oh, Bitcoin Diamond. Yeah, this will fare differently. It's got a Bitcoin name. People will buy it. What's going on, Gun? This one is the same. This one is the same. This one's a little different here. This is a bear token. That's why. This one was kind of already doing its thing pretty down. We were looking at Blue Zell. It's a pretty good place to buy it. Got it oversold. Interesting. On the daily, though. It was a wild ride, man. It really was. Insanity. Now the dominance hitting 67. We need it to calm down. I kept telling you guys, like, remember we would go over this and I'd be like, you know, you guys will be surprised when Bitcoin pumps, you're going to see dominance just do things you're not used to seeing. And boy, do we see that, right? Got wrecked a few weeks ago. Do a video on BLZ. Everyone wants to pump their bags, right? Nah, it's a good program. No one talks about it that much. There's some talks that it has a deal with Sony PlayStation. That's what I'm hearing. So that's hot to trot to me, right? So look, the 1 hour looks like it interesting. I've never seen a diamond pattern on the is that real? No, that's gotta be me. Yeah, I was about to say, like, what the hell? So there's a MACD's turning down. It's got its cross. It is touching the 21-day moving average, which is what happens in a pump. We came back down to the moving average. So we either pump from here or we don't. The 2 hour wants to come down, right? The 4 hour is starting to make its way. 6 hour doing its thing. Flipped up. And there's the 8 hour. Interesting. Says it could have a little more. 12 hours done. Daily's pretty close to done. I mean, this has to just start to roll. I think any minute now. Well, take us to the mood, boss. Yeah. Got wrecked a few weeks ago. Sorry, man. That stinks. I'm sorry to hear that. It's horrible. CVC down in the dumps. Looks like it wants to come up, though. Back into the pattern. Amazing. Oversold on the 1 hour. Oversold on the 2 hour. Some cool bullish divergence here going on the 2 hour. 2 hour looks pretty good. Like we might get a little bit of a movement. You never know. 2 hour looks like we might get a move, but your stop loss was hit if you took the trade. We did the profit, dude. Today, can you believe you could have played anything at the right moment, but you had to play it at the right moment. Had to like watch every trade and just be on it like insanity. It was just it wasn't easy. It was crazy. It was fun, but it wasn't easy. Got it done, but it wasn't easy. Had fun, but it wasn't easing. Sharing, I can't say enough with Tencent. right? We are pleased to announce a sharing in Tencent Cloud through its subsidiary Tencent Thailand Co. and are developing an industry-first application to help governments and business leaders evaluate the travel industry in the new normal. The sharing app, leveraging cloud technology and AI, will introduce an advanced data management and identity security platform with a promise to be the cheapest and most integratable to the lower barrier to entry for business of all sizes. This move will help nations in the ASEAN region, you say, safely reopen their borders to the tourism and recover from the economic blow, which was responsible for bringing $9 trillion into the global economy. Sharing is extremely pleased to work with Tencent Cloud in developing a world-first identity and document management platform. We have strong confidence in Tencent Cloud's capability as one of the most reliable, high-performance, and globally recognized cloud services providers in the world. The Sharing app, a one-stop travel platform, is a one-step travel platform allowing access to everything from hotel reservations, car rentals, flights, tour packages, and insurance policies with enhanced security for customers and partners. By using Tencent's cloud cutting-edge optical character recognition, OCR, the app can convert entire character images and handwriting to text, helping improve efficiency and accuracy of data entry. Facial recognition technology will provide secure authentication, working in tandem with liveness detection technology to enhance identity verification and data management. It's a little scary. The technology is used in our open world passport, the first anonymous contact tracing passport. That can be integrated with an e-visa on arrival systems. Travel insurance companies, which is EVOA, is an electronic visa on arrival. Travel insurance companies, airline, hotels, and retail shops. Mr. Chang Fu, Chief Operating Officer of Tencent Thailand Company Limited, commented, Tencent is committed to supporting business to expand their capabilities, achieve strong business growth, maintain, sustain under the age of digital transformation nowadays. Amazing, though. Benefits, opportunities of sharing technology. And Tencent is a leading provider of internet-based content, platforms, and technologies in Thailand with a coverage of news, media, and games. The company also provides world-class services and technology solutions to support Thailand's digital transformation and its endeavor to build a complete business ecosystem. Now, Tencent Thailand, is that still Tencent? Yeah, it says Tencent / Thailand Co. Ltd. It's just a wing of Tencent in Thailand, I'm guessing. It's interesting, though. Launches 2 trading pairs on KuCoin. That's going to get the ball rolling for Tencent. For sharing. And that was just 2 days ago. It's on KuCoin. So that's how things start to roll. I'm telling you, this is what you want. You want to get a coin when it gets onto KuCoin. KuCoin is the smaller exchange. It's where coins grow. In the last bull run, what I would do is I would wait for coins to get onto KuCoin or try to get them before then. If I didn't and they got onto KuCoin, I would wait, watch them to come down a little bit, and then jump on them. I would wait, and eventually they would go to Binance. I would ship them over to Binance, and during a pump or two, I would sell them, and it worked out very, very well. It was a very easy and lucrative thing to do. I would just buy them on KuCoin, wait for them to get pretty big till they got onto Binance, and then the rest was history. As long as you got it on KuCoin before it got onto Binance, you were doing well. And sharing something that's going to do that, it's going to be a pretty easy play. You're just going to have to put, like, you know, if you have 300, put it in. If you have 100, if you have $50, if you have a 500, I think it would be good to put like 1,000 to 2,000 in it and just let it sit there for like a year till next fall. And then I think you could easily see sharing at, 40 cents, 20, 30, 40 cents, realistically, which is right now would be a 10x. So that's just something I'm thinking about is sharing. I really like the idea. And it's on KuCoin. I'm very comfortable with KuCoin. I've used them for 4 years. It was basically, I think I opened them before I opened Binance. It was one of the first exchanges I ever used. So I like KuCoin, and I think they're secure. I've never had an issue with them. They did have that hack recently. It seemed like not affected me. And they actually were one of the first DeFi ever. When DeFi, no one talked about it. They didn't call it DeFi. But what it really was it was KuCoin, and it was KuCoin shares. And KuCoin shares, just like BNB, people don't realize, but BNB burns their supply. They burn the token supply. Like at the beginning, it was just a few 100,000, and like now they're burning. As the price goes higher, like they start burning. Next thing you know, they're burning $10 million worth of the supply, and that's a big deal when you see on the news or people say, hey, they just burned $10 million worth of BNB coin. People will flock to that. People will buy things like that. People will flock to that type of price action, deflationary price action, lack of supply. It's just the hype of alone makes people run into that, and that's why DeFi is making the money that it's making. Because it's the hype alone when someone tells you what's going on. Like let me break it down for you. And what I mean is, it's like, why if I die? Circulating supply, 4,084. Total supply, 21,000. Maybe one of the lowest supplied coins out there in history, right? So, and I know BitBoy does shill things, but if I could at least bid you to the paragraph or two that got him to sell me on it, honestly. And sometimes it's that simple. And it's hard to think about, but it is. What would I do if I lost everything? What a strange video. Booing Papa. He would go leverage and make it all back, probably, right? No. Bitcoin could crash. He's got to do that. I want to see where he was talking about. Why if I die?
Get in the pit of your stomach when you make bad decisions and then they backfire. I know that's what a lot of you guys feel like when a project moons that I told you about. Well, that's exactly what happened over the last 2 weeks. But now, something has occurred that is giving you a new lease on your investment life. Find out what it is and why I've been YF dying to tell you about it. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to get some for free that could be worth $100,000. Let's get it. The winner will win one. To be eligible for the contest, you need to be a
he's gonna explain why it's worth $100,000. You may have seen this video, and I'm sorry if you have.
The winners will be picked later this week, and in a few minutes, I'm going to explain how these tokens I'm giving away for free.
But if you haven't,
worth $200,000.
this is a great video to watch.
I must hate money, but I love you. So let's get back to the price for just a moment here. In the intro, I said this is your second chance because after YFDI went on a huge tear, the price dropped for several days straight. But that is normal in crypto.
Love you, Muser.
Why? Well, some people in crypto learn the lessons from the last bull market and bear winter. Take profits when you can get them. Of course, when you do that, you lose the opportunity for the biggest gains. You aren't ever going to make a 100x gain if you sell at 2x. There's definitely a balance to be had between taking profits early to secure them and reaching the moon. You can't really do both. You just have to decide which kind of guy you are. But with YFDI, a pullback was a good thing for many of you because it's a second opportunity to get in or buy more. However, the bounce back is already in progress, and I expect us to make a higher high or a new all-time high by the end of the month, if not within a week or two. But that will just be the next out of many all-time highs for this project. Right now, the price is coming in at $13.40. What if I told you 40K is actually a pretty reasonable target for this project? Would you believe me? Well, that's exactly what I'm telling you and what I think it's in the cards. Let's break that down here for a few moments. First, you have to understand exactly how big the scope of this project is and the ingenuity that will separate it from others, plus make the whole community money. So if you watched either of our last two videos on YFDI, then you would have heard me talk about SafeSwap and about Launchpad. SafeSwap is the hybrid decentralized exchange of the YFDI ecosystem, and they refer to it as their flagship. It's a hybrid DEX because while it operates after listing as a DEX, the listing criteria is centralized. YFDI isn't just going to allow any old rug pull or scam coin to jump on their platform to take your monies. They have a strict criteria including lock liquidity and audited contracts. Along with SafeSwap, the Launchpad will also be a great place for newer projects to create their token and its platform. But here's the one thing we didn't go into depth on the last video. You can think of YFDAI's DEX as a better version of Uniswap, one that doesn't allow scam coins. I mean, that's great and all. If you use SafeSwap instead of Uniswap, then you won't lose as much money from scams. But with SafeSwap, you actually will make money. The returns generated from the SafeSwap platform go back into the community. I guess they hate money as much as I do. This distribution model is one that really fits the definition of decentralization very well. Because sure, Uniswap is decentralized, but somebody making that fee, know what I mean? So with YFDAI, you are getting a cut of the trades. Now, let's bring up another crazy part of this ecosystem, which is safe trade. I know it's a little confusing since the DEX is SafeSwap. Technically, there is a difference between trading and swapping and swinging. That's a totally different thing. But Safe Trade is an automated trading platform designed to make you money by basically, well, doing nothing. All you have to do is set up the bot and it's gonna make some big returns. But the bot is transparent, so you see everything in every trade that it makes. YFDAI has partnered with a third-party stack to create the perfect and open trading bot. In the past, there were huge projects in crypto who operated bots or other trading mechanisms to make returns for their people. Or at least, that's what they said. But the fact is, many of them were not transparent. You just had to trust that they were doing the right thing with your money and everything was on the up and up. Even though
BitConnect.
Watching it. And as we saw time after time, they weren't doing the right things. They were trying to steal your money. And they did steal a lot of money. You have to understand, when you do things that are not transparent, then there is an inflection point for people. Sometimes I really believe that exit scams and rug pulls may have not been the original intention of the people who do them. Probably the majority plan it, but sometimes it's kind of like this, I think. You see all this money rolling in. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Then you look around and there's nobody there. No one knows where you live or where to find you. And if you're anon, no one even knows your name. So you hear a little voice in your head say, take the money. It gets loud. It's a safeguard against any funny business. I'm not talking about a store that sells clown noses. The point here to take away is that YFDAI has done it the right way. But those who did it the wrong way were still able to generate billions in market cap in 2017. That's billions with a B, your favorite show. So imagine the potential YFDAI has doing it the right way. Now let's get a little more into the potential. Right now, the project is sitting at $5 million. Not bad, but still a low cap gem, which I can't even believe is still under 10 million right now.
Dude, when you get something under 10 million,
I think YFDAI is heading
when you get something under a $10 million market cap,
all-inclusive platform that is
you're gonna
to add debit cards specifically for YFDAI users to use them. That means not only are people going to be able to use the platform digitally, but even physically in the real world as well.
Wow.
Spending profits and gains is a good way to enjoy your bull market.
Of course it is.
This is the top underrated DeFi project in my opinion, with an easy chance to go anywhere from 50x to 100x. Imagine those gains. If the price were to go up 30x, that would put the project at $40,000, conservative in my opinion. You also have to take into consideration that the project has pretty much the lowest supply in the game and is actually burning more tokens.
It burns.
In 1 year, there will only be a $13,950 total supply.
Can you believe that?
With a $40,000 YFDAI token, suddenly my giveaway of 2 tokens makes me look extremely generous, which I am. But just don't start asking me for money. A guy actually sent me a PayPal invoice last week for $10,000, and all it said was, just seeing if you would send me money to save my life. True story. I responded to him and informed him that he was dead with a skull and crossbones. Some people, you give what you can. Here's where, though, things get really crazy for YFDAI in the prize. If you were to win the first place prize in our contest and stake the full YFDAI token, then you can make $100,000 for free. If you staked your token for 2 years, you would get 144% returns. A 2.4x gain on a token that's worth 40K is right $100,000. Don't say Uncle BitBoy doesn't treat you right.
Yeah, but you would never, if you break that down, you would never hold that DeFi token for 2 years. If you did, I think it would be very stupid. I think it would probably go to 40K, and by the time you got out, it would be like $5,000. And then, it's not worth the staking at one point over the risk, in my opinion. Now, here's the thing. If this goes to 20K, do I sell it? That's what's going to happen to me. Like, or if it goes to 10K, I'm like, oh, I should sell this. It's a 10K. This is ridiculous. Or at least take my 2K and let the rest ride, you know? But then you look back and be like, damn, I never should have sold that 2K. It would have been even more. And you play that game mentally. So you have to sit down and tell yourself what I'm going to do. Like, I actually have to tell myself what I'm going to do if this coin does something like that, of that nature, you know? Who knows? Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll flip-flop just like most of them. And you never know, right? There's no guarantees here. There's no guarantees. I like the idea. To me, makes sense. I went on ideas like this in the last bull run in 2017. Things that made sense to me. It's back to 1856. And they just, you know, they like 9 out of 10 of them worked out. My instincts were very, very right. I was really good at doing this. So I have a really good track record at this, guys. I'm honing in on sharing right now. It's like I start thinking about the coin, dreaming about it. Like it becomes something I start thinking about a lot. And the one is typo. Well, he said you got to decide. This one is for the long play. Yeah, this one I would hold, but like if it gets to 40K by like, let's say January or March or something like that, like I think I would have to unload it. What if I could buy a Tesla? Like that would be so cool, man. If I could buy a Tesla with this money, that's my dream, is to get a Tesla. I know it's crazy, but that's my dream, is to get a Tesla, because I always wanted to drive an electric car. It's so dope. And I've been in them and I like the whole setup. I like the screen. I really want a Tesla. Like, so that's my dream and my goal for this year, is to trade up to get a Tesla out of the bull run, you know? And it's not just that, but it's just, I want to have an electric car. Like, to me, I want to be off of the gasoline. I think it would be really cool. And then everything else is just to like save money and invest in real estate, so I don't have to have a boss for the rest of my life, you know? Invest that money, you know? And that's it. Start a business, start a company, use the money to expand this, you know, finish my albums, get more music done, promote my music, you know, just live my art to the fullest, and like be the manager, be the independent label with the bankroll behind myself, and support my family doing my art and what I love. And that's like the dream, right? And that's why, that's Crypto Lifer, man. That's what it's all about. That's what I'm here trying to accomplish every day out here streaming live. So Bloodbath, see what happens to these alts. 4 hours don't look too good. Like the only one I'm in now is Atom at this point, so everything else I'm out of. Band looks like it may rip again though, at least back up a little bit more, right? Doing its thing so far, so good. Oh, we haven't looked at Bitcoin in a while. And there it goes, 17.8. Right above that line, trying to break above it. It's that like that resistance point there. It's even further resistance there too. Funny though, huh? Can you believe it's all the way back up to 17.8 too now? Like, look at it just climbing. Climbing out of the depths of hell. Like, I will not die. Bitcoin, like its hands just like, I will get to 20K before you kill me. You know, it's so funny. Feels like that's what it's doing. Anyway, your dreams are super close to mine. Kudos. We will get there, man. I hope so, man. I hope so. We got to actualize it and think about it, dream about it, be about it, and make it real, right? That'd be dope. Yeah. Are you cool to come on Friday? We could set you up with the voice and the mic. Do a little talk back here and there, maybe during the stream. Let me know. We could do it. Take me too, man. You want to come on the live, or you want to come on the dream? Friday no bueno. You just tell me whenever. Just hit me in the DM. Tell me what day is cool.
As long as they're like a day in advance, it's whatever. Or if we just have to make it. No, that's dope, man. Good for you. Good for you. Sounds like fun. Core ETH, man, for Theo. Kind of in the dumps so far. But, ooh, it took a bad turn. Let's see, though. Let's see what's really going on. Let's zoom down. 4 hour. There it is. Just gotta feel right. You guys get fidgety with your chart. Like, it has to just be right. Like, there's just a way, like, it has to be. Looks like it wants to come back down to the pattern one more time, man. Before it's all said and done. Down to 5 ETH. Could be the end, though. It's very oversold in the 4 hour and starting to curl. But usually, like we see a lot, we wait for the divergence. So it could come up, come like this, but the price still goes down like that before they get back together again. You know, in cohesiveness. Can you go over uni? Yeah. Coco. What is that? Coco. Wow, see, look at YFI. Still 1952. And wow, all the way up to 22. So this just defied all odds, man. It went up to 24. Damn, we were in at 1770. I called the bottom on that. I called the bottom on that puppy, like right, or this little bottom here. I got in right there for like $3,000. Damn, man. Would have made like 13 hundo, 11 hundo, something like that. It was close. I'll get it next time. Let me see uni beans. Yeah, because it was on a tear, but... Ooh, Ocean. Just want to check Ocean for a second. See, Ocean's in this parabola at this point. Doing pretty good. We'll get back into that. But look at Ocean, man. Looks like a nice place to accumulate a little Ocean. 4 hours not looking the best. 1 hour wants to roll off the top, though. Or a double bottom possible. Daily doesn't give you much, but rolling over... But, okay. Still holding the bag of uni. How much did you pay for the uni, may I ask? Or you don't have to tell me, but I just like to know. I'd like to know if you're in the water, underwater, over water, with the water. Are you sailing or bailing? What are you doing with the uni bean? Bollinger Band's wide open, so uni might want to come down a little bit. Daily doesn't look good at all. 4 hour, all right, but says we have some more pain. I said this was a head and shoulder pattern, which looks like it may be playing out. Complex head and shoulder. So I think I drew this line here, and I think we will come back down to the support region right here at 318. So I could be wrong, but I'm calling for a little downward spiral for uni here after this nice blow off top. Again, there's a liquidity pool ending as well. I feel like that may have a bit of a sell-off coming. People are going to get unstaked uni, and the pool closes as well, I think. So, yeah. It did bounce off. I'll try to give you the bullish scenario. It did bounce off. All right, so we could... I think it's in this channel, but it did bounce up. Only bullish thing I could say for you is try to make it see like it's in this channel, but I don't think it's more in the longer one. But it could have a pink and turn, but it looks like a little more wants to go on the 4 hour downward before it could get oversold, you know? So a little more down, and that would push it down in here. A couple more candles. Probably we could hit support at 319 here. 320, and then the 4 hour would reset. 12 hour could cross and go down as well. Maybe we go sideways a little bit. but it already had a huge run from 180 all the way to 4. Like, it just did like an amazing run if you think about it, right? So 131%. And you wonder how do you miss these? Like, it's like in 10 days. But like, Bitcoin's doing so much during this period that has you on edge. And sometimes it's hard to understand. You got to make these buys and just let them ride. I mean, eventually you're always away. The daily shows you a lot more too. Just got to keep hitting that daily in the 12 hour and assuring yourself that you're in a good position. XRP holding 29. I'm proud of that. Did it get to 30? Almost at 31, 30.80. It's very tough on 30. I have no idea. Is always had a hard time getting through 30. Used this little resistance area that it had previous resistance right in this little chunky area there. You can see, boom, in there. So little XRP, dude. Yeah. Let's go back one more time to that Bitcoin price. See what it is. Yeah, hanging out at 78 now. To me, that's just a third rejection. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it usually means like people now, the bulls are trying to get it, but the shorts are trying to short it, and it seems to me we just had a little wick down all the way to 7.6. About 760, and we came right back up to the line again, which gives it another head and shoulder pattern, just like this one, which now makes me feel like this is a shoulder that may play out. I don't know, man. Bitcoin's playing some funny games. It really is. It really is. But it could be breaking out. Right now, it is above the trend line. See? But you can always extend it and try to say, okay, it's doing this. That would be a pretty wide pattern, though. And we have to remember that it went sideways, too, on resistance, which makes sense with a breakout of this from the side. Yeah, remember one thing in the other bull runs, too. People buy Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond. They just buy all this crap Bitcoin stuff because they don't know the difference. They are all forks of the real Bitcoin. They really are. At one point, they were just coming out of the woodwork. Bitcoin Supra, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin, just anything with a funny Bitcoin name, and they're just making money. It's pretty hilarious. Yeah, but that it's true. They still pump Bitcoin SV. The main one is Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Gold, which is BTG. Let's see Bitcoin Gold today. Did it pump hard? I got Bitcoin Gold, and when I got Bitcoin Gold, it was a fork of Bitcoin. And the day it forked, you were able to get it, and I got it for like, is BitBay really still around? I own the BitBay coin, and it's like, is that really? Is it? It's like so like, really? Yeah, there's Bitcoin Gold for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin Gold USD, $8. Today it went from, let's see what it did on the, so it was as low as $6, $440. I rushed to sell it. I think I got out at 420 as people were like really slanging it. And, you know, because everyone got it for free on the that day. And then everyone ran to the exchange to just sell it off. Came in at $400, man. It was the smartest thing I ever did. Sold the 400, never really thought about it again. And I had like, 2.5 Bitcoin. So I got 2.5 of those things. And just amazing to get $1,000 out of nowhere, back in the day. Probably ended up putting it on the shitcoin and losing it all. But the thing about it, Anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful night. Hope everything goes well for you. Hope you had a good day. What a crazy crazy time for Bitcoin, and what a crazy time to be alive in this space. But I do think we probably will go down a little bit here now. 1 hour looks bearish. 4 hour looks like it wants to be pretty bearish. 6 hour may, roll over. 8 hour has some more juice, which is interesting. 12 hour says no, a little more juice, which is interesting. And the daily now kind of reset. Looks like it wants to do more. So, I don't know, man. Wait another day. I can't really predict what I think Bitcoin's going to do tomorrow. Right now, I feel bearish till it breaks above 7,800 and goes back to 7,900. It just needs to break this green line that I drew here, just because it's previous. It's now that local previous resistance, Form that shoulder and blast off. It's about to cross now. I'll wait just 5 more minutes. I want to see this happen here. Man, I'm going to shut it down as well. Hit the like button if you can. I got 8 people watching. Just do what you can. Hit that like button. Appreciate that. Thank you. I forget all the time. So whenever the person online tells me, I'm like, oh yeah, my bad. Let me hit that like button. But now it's coming again for this line. Now, it's going to be a big deal if it can't break this now. Also, 200-day moving average right there. Yeah, I feel you. Bitcoin. Come on. It is, my friend. It is. Come on. This is your time. Here's the cross. Yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with this one last strange omen that the 12 hour looks like it wants more. Only 2 hit. Looks like we can get a little bigger and we can get up. So 12 hours says we're not done yet. And the daily kind of says that we're not done yet too, because this is not curving yet. And those are just little tiny moves on the 1 hour that happened in the 4 hour. But the big boys, I think, still want to play past 18K. Make a call that we wake up tomorrow above 18K. I'm probably going to be wrong, but I'm going to make that call. 18K tomorrow morning. We'll see. We need dominance to slow the F down, though. It's killing us. Absolutely killing us. Somehow, though, the good coins are squeaking through. Adam 507. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful night. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to my channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Peace. Couldn't do it without you guys. It would be too damn hard.